I love that Nintendo Switch!
What's going on, Switch fam? It is your boy QKG, and today we're going to talk about a game that impressed me beyond belief, which is Control Ultimate Edition, which is a cloud version of the game that is playable on, of course, the Nintendo Switch. So the reason why I say it impressed me a lot is because this game, for it being a cloud version of the game, you know, I'm expecting some type of input lag, and I know a lot of people are uneasy about Nintendo servers and certain things like that. People were really scared, and also at the same time, I mean, it's a cloud version of a single player game, so some people are like, I wish the game would have just been, you know, taking a little effort more to be ported over, but it may have been something that just may not have worked out. So they made a cloud version of the game to where if you have a persistent high-speed internet connection, you can be able to play this game in either a enhanced performance mode or enhanced graphics mode, depending on your bandwidth. And I must say, the gameplay that you were seeing is mostly I'm doing the enhanced performance mode because it's running a crispy 60 FPS. And even when there were times my connection may have been maybe a tad bit unstable, possibly, even though there's multiple people streaming things, it's actually pretty dang good. And I actually didn't even really notice any input delay. Like, I even fell asleep playing this game just because I didn't want to put it down. But what's really odd to me is that as much as I was against this idea, for some reason it works really well. But I can really see this being the future of quote-unquote next gen for the Nintendo Switch. Or maybe it could just be some type of alternative, because this is not the first time the Nintendo Switch has done a cloud version of a game. Like when Resident Evil 7's cloud version was coming out, I was even somebody that said, I think this is a horrible idea. It's a single player game. I think the game should be ported over, even if they're going to look, you know, a little bit worse. But I think depending on the games and what the developers, of course, have been going through, they're starting to notice, like, especially with this going into next gen, it's just going to make it even more difficult. This being said, if you're somebody who doesn't have, you know, a solid internet connection, this is really going to suck for you, and this is the part that I don't like. But then again, if there's a multiplayer game and you don't have the right connection for it, you still can't play it either. So it's like a really odd situation. I would of course love everybody to play this game because it's single player, but since it's a cloud version, it's gonna limit the player base. However, for the people that can play it, I've been seeing a lot of people try it out, and a lot of people will test it out and say, yo, this works really freaking good. And then that they're gonna have the Hitman game that's gonna be a cloud version coming out, and for Resident Evil 7 to launch a cloud version on the Switch and only be in Japan, mind you, I don't know. I feel like even Capcom probably thinking like, you know, low-key, we probably just might dump some other cloud versions on there, or maybe they're already working on some ports. If they are working on some ports, by God, bring the ports. But if it's something that is impossible, that cannot work on the Switch, and it may cost too much money, or you can't find the right team, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more cloud games come over from the Switch, and especially with the next-gen consoles coming out, what, like in 2 weeks? This is probably going to be something that's going to be a pretty normal thing. That's just the way I'm seeing it. This is Nintendo's answer to, hey, this is how we can kind of stay afloat with some of those games if people want those multi-plats on there that may not be able to be ported over. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. So overall, man, the price being $40, that was great. I'm just glad it wasn't a solid 60. For some reason, that's what I was expecting. But I know this game has been out for quite some time, and the fact that it runs really, really good so far, especially if you have a persistent connection. But make sure you guys test it out. I was expecting something with the servers to be a little wonky, because let's say, for example, if you had the bandwidth for it, but the game was still a little laggy, then that means there's something going on with the servers, and there's just something that's not good. But I didn't really experience any of that. Zero, zilch, nada. Not a... Literally the only time I've experienced, and what you're going to see on the screen, the only thing I've noticed is that when I went to the enhanced graphics portion, maybe my connection couldn't handle that, because I noticed it was definitely at 30 FPS and it dipped. So I definitely just went with the enhanced performance version just because, and then also I didn't really notice too much of a difference with the enhanced graphics, and that's probably because maybe my bandwidth couldn't handle something as beefy as that, possibly. But I was still surprised my bandwidth can handle the enhanced performance mode, no problem, even though my bandwidth ain't trash. But at the same time, still, I'm expecting much more when it comes to these cloud games, and the fact that this works beautifully, and even hearing how Stadia works and how it's flexible, I can see how this is going to be one of those things that you're going to see a lot on the Switch. So, all in all, I'm just going to say Control, I recommend at least trying the game out because you can at least try it out for free. And definitely if it works out, I mean, this is a Remedy game, bro. We talking Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, which I have reviewed on this channel too. We're talking about all of those games, bro. I love Remedy games. It's something about their storytelling and their gameplay, and then also this character literally picks up anything and yeets it. Come on, bro. And I feel bad because I skipped out on this game, so this is me playing it for the first time and really enjoying it. So if you guys don't mind, I'm about to go ahead and start playing some more Control. So if you guys want to see more, either me start let's playing games or just me getting raw gameplay and uploading it on the channel, I don't even mind doing that. Or if you guys want to see me do a full-fledged review once I'm finished playing this game, by all means go ahead, drop it down in the comment section down below, and get ready for possibly Hitman coming on. Well, not possibly, it's been announced. Hitman's going to be coming out with a cloud version too, which I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. So I'm going to definitely try that one out as well too and see how that plays out, even though I'm not really a big Hitman fan, but I'll at least want to try out and see how the cloud version of that game is. So I would love to thank you guys for tuning into this video, and as always, leave your comments down below if there's any games you want me to review next, and go ahead and slide over to my Discord channel. That's where literally all we do is chop it up, share links, chop it up like homies. That's all we do. So go ahead and slide over to my Discord, and I would love to thank you guys for tuning in. This is your boy QKG, and peace out.